Well, good morning, everyone. Once again, it is I, the chairman, and today I have something pretty special to show you. So, you may not be aware, but you should be, of a publisher of books called Taschen, and they make really high quality, large format books, mainly, I guess you would call them coffee table books, about all sorts of different kinds of subjects, and entertainment being among them. And they recently had a sale, a 50% off sale on their site. And since I had never bought any Taschen books before, I decided to go in and grab them because one of the ones they had on sale was a pretty special book when it comes to fans of genre entertainment. So they have really large ones like this size, and then they have smaller ones. And so I was able to grab 3 of the smaller ones, and I will show them to you now. So I got the Walt Disney Archives, the animated movies from 1921, 1968. So it essentially covers the entire history of Walt Disney's life as a producer of animated films, and then obviously 1968 going past his death. But so it really just shows you the whole process, the whole history of how he went about and made those films. And so the table of contents covers pretty much every one of his films, starting from Laugh-O-Grams all the way up to The Jungle Book, and each one is written by a different author. Sometimes the same author writes several articles, and so you even see stuff like a section for Song of the South, which has become rather controversial as it's no longer available officially from Disney, but it's just a fascinating book that details, like you see here, Cinderella, that details all of his books. I mean, sorry, not his books, all of his films, I should say. So that's Alice in Wonderland. So anyway, so that's the Walt Disney Archives. And then I also got the Godfather Family Album. And this details the making of, as well as the whole story about all three parts of the Godfather, from the Godfather in 1972 up to the Godfather Part 2 in 1974, and then the Godfather Part 3 in 1989. And so just chock full of pictures and different articles written by people either involved with the production of The Godfather or just movie critics, people writing about them. And here you see Marlon Brando in the makeup chair as he undergoes his transformation into Vito Corleone. So you have a picture of the Don himself, and just a lot of different pictures, and just a lot more detail than I think I'll ever even be able to dig into, because of just how in depth these books are. Like, for example, this is a shot of how they had to rig up James Caan as Sonny when he's about to get assassinated, and you see that if you can see all of the squib shots for all the bullet hits. There's actually string attached to them, and as he's getting shot, they get pulled off of him one by one to simulate the effect of a bullet hitting him. So that's the kind of detail that they had to do back in those days to make it look like someone's getting riddled to death by machine gun fire. And then, so this is the third book, the Star Wars Archives, covering the original trilogy. And so the idea with the Star Wars Archives is that this is pretty much George's voice about how he made the original trilogy. And so it's split up into the 3 films, along with obviously many iconic pictures of the cast, the crew, the production. And you get a lot of pre-production concept art, just crazy stuff like this shot here, just a concept art of what the X-wing attack would have looked like. And so this one here, for example, is it's a attack by X-wings on an Imperial battlecruiser that was probably drawn like way early on, because they're in Star Wars there was no attack by X-wings on a cruiser as we well know. But yeah, so just pictures like these, and I'm trying to find like a interesting concept art. Oh yeah, I mean, we've seen this one before, because this is a shot of the Tusken Raiders, and then this shot was later recreated just recently in the Book of Boba Fett. So this artwork by Ralph McQuarrie, Tusken Raiders, dated December 7th, 1975, has now been resurrected for the Boba Fett series. And yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of these pictures in various different places, but it's just nice to see them all combined in here, in a nice shot of Mark Hamill looking mean and menacing as he's in the gunner position on the Millennium Falcon. And so another Ralph McQuarrie concept art on what originally they were conceiving the Death Star to look like. But anyway, yeah, just more stuff than I could possibly show in this review, but just to give you a flavor of what these books are like. And then finally, the creme de la creme, the big guy, Star Wars Archives for the prequel trilogy. And so they do have this one for the sequel trilogy, but it's been sold out, and I'm not even sure if it's in print. But this was available, and so this was 50% off. So it was $200, and it became $100. And I said, "Wow, if it's $100, I'm getting this." But as you can tell, this thing is huge. Like, you see how heavy it is? It's bending the middle. So it's going to be really hard for me to show you anything particularly good, but because it's just too heavy to hold up. But here's a shot of the concept art from the battle on Geonosis, where the clone troopers, an early concept of what the ETT would look like. And I have to put this down just to see if I can find some good stuff here. And then so you have the beginning of the Revenge of the Sith section. Great picture of Hayden Christensen getting his Darth Vader on. The coolest thing is that you see all these concept shots of things that they were throwing around, different ideas that obviously never made the film. Like, for example, they were throwing around an idea of like this crystal planet. I don't even know what this would have been, but just different things that they were thinking of. And then here you see a really nice shot of the Jedi fighter, and then there's also a lot of really interesting production shots as well. And let me see if I can find a good one of Padme's costumes, because they have a lot of really good shots of her costumes. Like, for example, this one when Anakin and she go back to Naboo, and you see the concept of what her costume was going to look like, and then what it ended up looking like on screen. And then so here, for example, was a number of concepts for what Jango Fett was going to look like. So as you see, it definitely evolved from the beginning towards what it ended up like on film. And so here's a really nice shot of kind of the courtship of Padme by Anakin. But anyway, so yeah, that's that. Yeah, it's really hard to show anything in the book because it's so heavy. So you kind of have to put it down in order to read it. You can't even, you know, trying to hold this thing up. I don't even know how much this thing weighs, but it's got to weigh at least 20 pounds, if not more. But anyway, that's my recent haul from Taschen, and I was really looking for books that had a lot of cinematic importance. Obviously, Star Wars, The Godfather. They had a few others, but I wanted to keep it fairly limited. I didn't want to blow my stack totally on that. So anyway, hope you enjoy taking a look. If there's I don't think that sale's on anymore. It was kind of a flash sale. But if you ever do see that sale on again, I would definitely recommend that you go and check out their selection, see what they have to offer, and maybe you'll find one that you like. So anyway, hope you like that, and I will talk to you later. See you.